footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our NCAA Division II playoff wraparound. We're going to take a look at the Division II playoff bracket and give you our thoughts on every game in round one. So let's kick this video off by taking a look at Slippery Rock as they take on Winston-Salem State. This is a great opening round matchup between the Rock and the Rams. Slippery Rock is armed with one of the most explosive offenses in the country, led by sensational quarterback Nigel Barksdale, and they'll face a Winston-Salem defense that has only allowed 15 points a game. They're led by linebacker Carlos Fields, and their free safety Everett Proctor will play a huge role in this ball game, having to play center field versus a Slippery Rock offense that does a great job in spreading the field with 4 wide receiver sets. I like the Rams in this ball game. I believe they have the ground game to control the tempo, and defensively they'll do a great job of bracketing John Shademan, the outstanding wide receiver. So I think the Winston-Salem Rams move on to round 2. Next up, we have Westchester taking on American International, and the Golden Rams coming to this ball game with a 10-1 record, and it's due to the fact that they can move the pile up front and create room for their talented running back Rondell White, who has put up some outstanding numbers throughout the course of his career. The Yellow Jackets are just as tough to defend because of their dual-threat quarterback Kevin Arduino running the read option. Now, the Yellow Jackets are well equipped to stop the run, but are they prepared to make plays consistently in the passing game? I don't think so. I like Westchester. I think their defensive line will show up and force AIC into passing situations in which they'll get the Jackets off the field. Next, we have Newberry taking on Carson Newman, and this is a rematch from 2 weeks ago in which the Eagles won in the highest scoring game, 52-31. Carson Newman jumped out to a 28-0 first quarter lead. Now, what has to change this time around for the Wolves? Well, for starters, they have to be able to stop the run better, and they have to sustain drives on offense. For Carson Newman, I look at their defense, and while they do a great job on third down, they are still susceptible to the big play because of their aggressiveness. In the playoffs, where possessions are a premium, I have to go with the team that can control the line of scrimmage, and I like the Eagles to win this one again over Newberry. North Alabama takes on Tuskegee, and if you love defense, you'll love this game. Both teams are where they are today because of their dominant defenses. North Alabama has held 4 opponents to 7 points or less, led by their linebacker Gabe Poe, while Tuskegee, who's making their first playoff appearance in school history, was just as stingy, holding 5 opponents to 10 points or less. But offensively, there's 2 outstanding talents in this matchup. For North Alabama, it's sophomore running back Lamonte Thompson, who possesses that speed to take the distance. And for the Tigers, it's junior wide receiver Marquell Gardner, who at 6'3", 215 pounds, is a big play waiting to happen. I like North Alabama in this ballgame because of their ability to strike quick on offense and as well on defense, because they do a great job of creating turnovers. I like the Lions in what will be a very close game. Another impressive first-round matchup between Emporia State and Minnesota-Duluth, and the Hornets are only making their second appearance in the playoffs in school history, but this year's team brings in a lot of firepower offensively. They are what we call a rarity in today's college football landscape, a team that's dangerous on both ends of offense. They're led by their sensational quarterback Brent Wilson, who has completed 68% of his passes and thrown for 33 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions. They face one of the traditional powers in Division II in the Minnesota-Duluth Bulldogs, whose strong ground game and defense beats you into submission. The Bulldogs do a great job of playing on your side of the line of scrimmage, led by their defensive lineman Chris Vandervest, who has 11.5 TFLs on the season. Now, I'm going against my conventional wisdom of a strong defense over an explosive offense. I actually like Emporia State in the upset. The biggest advantage they have is the athletes in space, and the passing game will be able to hit a few big plays downfield, so I like the Hornets to win this one and put off the shocker of round 1. The next matchup we have is between Henderson State and the Huskies of St. Cloud State, and the Reddies averaged 54 points a game. They've scored over 70 points twice and at least 63 other times. So we know they have offense, and wide receiver Darius Davis is playing out of his mind right now, over 1,300 yards receiving at 21 yards a catch. Defensively, they have an excellent linebacking core led by Keaton Stigger, who leads the team in tackles with 120 and also excels in coverage. Now, St. Cloud State is one of the most complete teams in Division II. It's their secondary that I'm most impressed with. They're led by Football Game Plan preseason All-American safety Jack Morrow, who has 7 interceptions on the season. They beat you with speed and athleticism on that side of the ball, but that may not be enough to slow down the Reddies. I like Henderson State to roll in this one. Saginaw Valley takes on Grand Valley State, and the Cardinals love to spread the field. We already know about All-American wide receiver Jeff Janis, who is also a legit NFL prospect, but freshman running back Norman Shufford has been the talk of the town, going over 1,000 yards at 5.1 yards a carry. Defensively, they'll lean on that solid interior to slow down the Lakers' ground game that features 2 outstanding tailbacks in Michael Rattay and also Chris Robinson. But for Grand Valley State, this is a defense that has gotten better each and every week. They do a great job of applying pressure with exotic blitzes, whether it's the linebacker or a corner or a safety, the Lakers do a great job of dictating, and it's because of that ability I like Grand Valley State in this ball game. And finally, we have the University of Indianapolis taking on West Texas A&M, and if you love quarterback play, you're going to get a treat in this ball game, as both Chris Mills of Indianapolis and Dustin Vaughn of West Texas A&M are tremendous players, and both are legit NFL prospects. Chris Mills is the guy that suffered an injury in Week 5, so he'll serve as a backup in this game. But you look at Connor Barthow, he stepped in versus McKendry and has played great, even making first-team All-Conference in the process. Dustin Vaughn leads the #2 scoring offense in Division II, and the Buffs excel in the red zone with touchdowns instead of field goals. You look at wide receivers Torrance Allen and Anthony Johnson, they make an excellent 1-2 combination, but defensively, defensive end Ethan Westbrooks, one, he's an All-American, and two, a legit NFL prospect as well. He has 17.5 TFLs on the season, and I believe it's his length that makes him special, but I like the Greyhounds in this ballgame. The #1 scoring defense belongs to Indy, and they've held 6 opponents under double digits, and I think they'll be able to slow down the high-octane offense of West Texas A&M.